J-Dub is back at it here to give everyone my final Walking Dead Season 2 episode review video. But before I continue with that, it's extremely important, if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead 2, pay attention to that episode title. I'll put that title in the description. If that's the case and you find out that you're not caught up, I suggest that you don't watch this video any further, simply to avoid things like spoilers. This is The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode number 13, the season finale of Season 2. The title of this episode is called Beside the Dying Fire. This is my review, reaction, recap of the episode. And keep in mind, I just watched the episode. In fact, I watched it twice. And I've seen it many a times. I really like this one. And I'm rewatching all the episodes and reviewing them due to the fact that they announced that Season 11 of The Walking Dead will be the conclusion of the original Walking Dead series. So the episode opens showing the horde of walkers in Atlanta as they follow a helicopter overhead and migrating to the countryside over several days. As they near the farm, they hear the sound of a gunshot from the shot that Carl used to kill a zombie, Shane, and they turn to head towards the farm. As Rick escorts Carl back to the others, the walker horde emerges from the forest, and Rick and Carl take shelter in the barn. Elsewhere, Daryl and Glenn report the death of Randall to the others, but also that he turned without being bit. Lori begs Daryl to go out and search for Rick and Shane. However, they too soon see the walker horde and start arming themselves. While Rick's group is ready to abandon the farm, Herschel intends to protect his land with his own life. It's my farm, if needed. As the group starts to dispatch walkers, Rick and Carl are able to lure a number into the barn and set it ablaze, set it on fire. Jimmy, who doesn't get a lot of time on the show, drives the RV near the barn and allows Rick and Carl to safely escape the burning barn, but he is killed when walkers overrun the RV. The group quickly realizes that they are outnumbered, and they all attempt to escape to safety. Patricia is killed as walkers overtake the farm, and Rick convinces Herschel to abandon his property as it is a lost cause. There's a part where Carol is about to get it by walkers, but Andrea saves her. But then they lose sight of Andrea, and it looks like a horde gets on top of Andrea. Everyone escapes in the group except for Andrea, who was, of course, separated from the others. Unknown to them, she manages to escape the farm, only to run into a mysterious hooded figure who has two armless walker pets and wields a katana. We know that character, of course, to be Michonne, and we find that out in Season 3. The surviving group rejoins on the highway that they had been taking to reach Fort Benning at the start of the season and assume Andrea is dead, and they're at this part where they left all the stuff for Sophia. With their remaining vehicles, they travel back on the road to avoid hordes until one runs out of gas. They camp for the night, where Daryl pressures Rick on how Randall's body had turned without a walker bite. Rick reveals that Jenner from the CDC whispered in his ear that they all are infected carriers of the virus and become walkers if they die for any reason. Rick also reveals that he had been forced to kill Shane, and Carl had shot Walker Shane, shocking Lori. As they continue to debate, the others, save for Daryl and Herschel, start to lose their faith in Rick as the leader. A noise echoing in the distance places the group on high alert, but Rick does not allow anyone to investigate. Carol urges Rick to take action, causing Rick to snap, saying that he never asked to that he be put in charge, and blurting out that he had killed Shane for their safety, or for their sake. He dares anyone to leave the safety of the camp. When nobody leaves, he issues a final warning. If you're staying, this isn't a democracy anymore, establishing his position as leader of the group. Afterwards, the group is shown to be unknowingly camped near a prison, setting it up for Season 3 of The Walking Dead. So, I watched this twice before I did this review. This is one of my favorite episodes of The Walking Dead. It's in my top 10. I just really like the episode. I like that it starts off crazy. It doesn't build to a craziness. It just starts off crazy. And when I was watching this episode for the first time, I didn't know who was going to make it or who wasn't, because in the previous 2 episodes, they killed people that I thought were going to be, mainstays on the show. I didn't know the behind-the-scenes stuff that was going on initially until way later, like Season 4 or Season 3. I didn't know that Jeffrey DeMunn wanted to leave because he was friends with Frank Darabont. I didn't know that John Bernthal was only supposed to be in the show for 1 season, but they said, we'll do 2. I didn't know that stuff. So when both of those characters died in the previous 2 episodes, I was like, I don't know who's going to make it out of this one. So, of course, only Patricia and Jimmy were the ones that didn't make it out, but it was a pretty crazy episode. I liked everything. I'm upset that Andrea got separated from the group, but it is what it is. Everybody's together now. They all made it back to each other. Daryl, Carol, Herschel, Carl, Shane, Lori, T-Dog, Maggie, Glenn, Beth. Unfortunately, I hate Beth so much. So, as far as the score of this episode, there's really nothing I don't like. I mean, they could have had the horde on the farm a little longer. They kind of went through that pretty quickly. Okay, there's one thing I don't like. Herschel and his unlimited shotgun ammunition. He just kept pumping that thing. And they showed him reload one time after, 30 rounds. So, I gotta give the episode a 10 because it is one of my favorites, and it definitely should be on my top 10 list when I redo that. Probably towards number 9, number 8, number 10, somewhere around there, but I really like this episode. It was the first episode of The Walking Dead that I really liked, and it really set me up for Season 3 and got me excited for Season 3 of The Walking Dead. So, enough of what I have to say. Now it's your turn. So if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you absolutely love this series, and Season 2 you thought was actually a good season of The Walking Dead, and this show essentially possibly changed your life when it started airing, as it made Sunday nights when the show was on a must-see event, go ahead and smash the like button. You can smash the not like button too if you don't like The Walking Dead and listen to this video for some reason. If you know anybody else that you think would be interested in listening or watching these videos, or is a big fan of The Walking Dead, go ahead and share the video with them. Let them know that they can share it with other people that they know. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment section about your favorite moment of the episode, your score of the episode, your character of the episode. Anything realistically that you can think of, put it in the comment section. As far as my favorite character of this episode, I'm going to have to say the character of the episode was Andrea. She did a pretty good job of, saving Carol and going, really almost out of every energy in her body, and then she gets saved by the hooded figure known as Michonne. Andrea was pretty good. Rick was pretty good, too, though. This isn't a democracy. That was a great line. So, Andrea, I'll give it to Andrea because Rick is in the show for so long. Oops, spoiler alert. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to this awesome, amazing channel. Show your support and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.